Going to look at functions here a little bit, and really going to concentrate on identifying functions as it might be. Now, we need to know what a function is first. So let's identify that, or at least get a definition for a function. So a function is a set of ordered pairs So we have set of ordered pairs, and in here, what goes with this basically is each each x value corresponds to exactly one y value. And you may say, well, what does this mean? Well, if we have a function, if we have something that is a function, it cannot have two ordered pairs with the same x coordinate but different y coordinates. And the analogy I like to make on this is, I think if you have if you're making a cake, you wouldn't take the ingredients of the cake, you put them all together and put it in the oven. You should get out a cake. What you put in, you get one thing out. However, if you mix up a cake and put it in the oven, and when the cake's done, you open the oven, and oh my God, there's a cake and a bowling ball, something went wrong. And this is kind of what we're talking about. We can have a situation where maybe we have 3 and 2 on our xy, but at the same time, in the same graph and in the same respect, if we also have 3, -3, then that means we're taking x as an input and getting two different things out. We're getting 2 and -3. We can't do that with a function. With a function, we only have one y value to each x value. Now, if we want to say, is a relation a function or not, well, we can look at ordered pairs. We could have something like -1, 0, 0, 3, 7, 3, 8, 6. Okay, this is going to be a set of ordered pairs. So -1, 0, 0, 3, 7, 3, 8, 6. This would be a function because we don't have an instance where we have an x with two different y values. Now we have a y value with two different x's, but we're allowed to do that. We're not allowed to have an x with two different y's. That would be a function. Now, on the other hand, if we look at something that has maybe 0, 2, 0, 3, 1, 2, and 6, 9, so is this a function or no? This is not a function. Because if we put 0 in, and here we have x and y, here we have x and y, well, we're saying that if we have an x value of 0, we can get either 2 or 3. And we know that's not true. What we have as an input, we have to get a certain output in. Right? So, now, if we want to look at this with regards to a graph, and this is what we talk about with the vertical line test, if we ever see a function graphed, or if we see a graph, we can say, hey, is this a graph of a function? So let's say we have a parabola. Looks like that. It's not a graph of a function. Well, the vertical line test can tell us, quite simply, if we have something that is a function or not. Because the vertical line test, if we can draw a vertical line straight down through this and we only hit at one point anywhere on the graph, then we're looking at a function. So if it passes the vertical line test, then it's a function. Something that may not pass the vertical line test could look something like this. We could have something that goes like this. So when we draw a vertical line, we're saying, oh my, we hit a point there and a point there. That means for this x value, we have two different y's. So this isn't a function. So that's what the vertical line test tells us. If we can draw a line straight down through a graph, and we only have on each line, if any lines intersect 2 points on that graph, we do not have a function. If the line only intersects 1 point, we do have a function. So if we have a line going this way on our graph, and we take the vertical line test, we can go down here, we hit one spot, here we hit one spot on the line, here we hit one spot. So this is a function. And if we had a graph with maybe a circle in it, well, we know if we draw a vertical line test, we hit it here and here, so this is not a function. So that's all the vertical line test does. And remember, functions mean that we have only one y for y value corresponding to an x value. So hopefully this clarifies functions a little bit. Be back in the next video sometime. Have a good day.